Hey everyone, today we have an unboxing for the new 2022. I suppose that came out in 2021. So the newest option from Shokz called the OpenRun Pro. I'm gonna go ahead and slide it out. Now let's take a look at this here. Case, it's hard shell, sort of a clamshell, pretty hard, pretty durable, pretty sturdy. I would definitely feel okay packing this in a suitcase. Okay, so inside we have the headset themselves and what looks like a charging cord. Is this proprietary? Let's find out. I think one of the reviews, or sorry, the information that I saw for a previous model did say, yep, so these are also still proprietary, much like the older ones, so I'll need those. Can put these away. And here's the headset themselves. Pretty odd, well, I don't know. So this is my first set of bone conducting headphones, and I'll be honest, wasn't sure what to expect. Oh, there's the charging port there. Is that magnetic? Sure is. Oh, that's a good snap. That's pretty sturdy. Nice. So it's a pretty strong magnet there. They're pretty bendy. In terms of weight, actually, let me go grab my scale and I'll be right back. So I've just got my scale. Let's make some room here. Zero that out. Okay, and .28 grams, 27 grams, about the same weight as a pair of Oakley sunglasses, the average pair of sunglasses, I assume. All right, so I've figured out what the buttons do. And before I go ahead and pair, I'm gonna run through what the various buttons do. Right here, we've obviously got the charging port. There are volume buttons along with a power button on the plus or increasing volume button. If we were to press and hold that for 2 seconds, then the indicator flashes blue. To turn it off, press and hold for 3 seconds until it flashes red. And the other button here happens to be a multifunction button. You can play, pause music, you can skip to the next song by double tapping, go to the previous song by triple tapping. You can answer a call by clicking it once when a call comes through, and subsequently hanging up that call by clicking it once when a call comes through. So it's been a few weeks now that I've owned these, and I waited before I completed the video that I started. The hip-hop bass was severely distorted. For pop music, it sounds pretty good. Overall, it's just very much mid-range. There's not, the highs aren't really high, the lows aren't really low. And if you've never put on bone conducting or these type of headphones before, or a headset like this, when you chew or yawn, the sound changes, the sound volume changes and disappears. In terms of the fit, I don't love it. The area behind the band, or behind my head, where the band goes around, it's a huge gap. I cannot wear them with a hat or a toque without interfering. If I'm wearing my bicycle helmet, it does push down, or it just doesn't really work that well. And if I do wear a toque, I tried using these to go out and clear out the driveway with some snow a few weeks ago. I had to push this part all the way up here and sort of tuck it in underneath the toque. And it worked, but outside of that, running, when I run with these, if I'm running on very, if in a residential neighborhood where there isn't a lot of traffic, it's pretty good. It's easy to hear, and they work quite well in that sense. Running near or next to a main road, it's impossible to hear anything. When cycling outdoors, it's impossible to hear anything because of the wind noise. Cycling indoors, actually, my fan, which has a sort of a direct airflow pattern, and I can direct it towards a specific part of me or around me, it creates enough wind noise that I also cannot hear. Also over the drivetrain sound. I use them daily for work calls and conference calls. So in that sense, I do like them a lot. The decision though is to not keep these because they are quite expensive. They're the most expensive option that Shokz makes. So I will be returning them and instead keeping these. So these are the OpenRun's non-pro and also the mini size. I'll walk you through or show you some of the differences here. Here's the OpenRun Pro and here's the mini. And I'll take the boxes away, bring just these in, and you can see the size difference between the two. It's quite obvious. Design-wise, the side pods are about the same. The location of the charging port is different. This happens to be on the bottom. This is along the back. But that isn't very different in terms of size. The parts here are quite different in size, so I'm hoping I've only had these for a few hours. They arrived yesterday and I opened the packaging today. So I'm not too sure what the long-term comfort's like, but so far so good. They are lighter than these and they feel more comfortable in these. In terms of functionality and buttons, everything works just as well. The one thing I will say that I'm very impressed with when it comes to these, and I haven't had Shokz or AfterShokz before. Maybe this is the case for all of them. And maybe this is just the case for modern Bluetooth headsets. But when you power them on, they pair almost instantly. And they remember the last device that they were paired with. So if I switch between laptop and phone, they remember which they were previously paired with. And switching between once it's powered on is fairly simple, straightforward, quick. I haven't had any dropouts or difficulties pairing. That's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say other than I was expecting a lot more sound, or big sound I would say, from these. The bass is definitely, I did try some music earlier. The bass is better on these, but not by much and not enough for me to want to keep them over this set. In terms of fit, they're a lot tighter to the head or to the back of the head, so I like them. And in terms of packaging, black box, white box. On the inside of this, there is that pouch. This does not have that same hard shell or clamshell type pouch. It has a soft case bag. If you have any questions about them, I'm happy to answer. I've not done a headset or a headphone review before, but happy to answer any and all questions you might have. Thanks, and if you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks.